Okay, let's jump straight into something really quite shocking today. Imagine waking up and your entire home, I mean, the place you build filled with memories, is just gone in less than an hour. And the cause, not what you might expect, like a gas leak or something. No, it was a small lithium-ion battery, something you probably have several of right now. This isn't just a story. It happened to a guy named Dustin Harp in Wisconsin. He was a first-time drone pilot, and it's a huge wake-up call about risks we often just don't see.
Yeah, it really is a stark reminder.
So that's our focus for this deep dive, getting to grips with the real and honestly often underestimated dangers of these batteries, especially with all new tech coming out, drones, e-bikes, even our phones. We're going to unpack exactly what happened to Dustin, look at the specific mistakes, and there were some key ones, and most importantly, give you practical safety tips, real stuff you can use. We've got insights from Dustin's own security footage he shared, which is pretty powerful, plus some expert analysis from the Drone Camp's RC channel.
Good sources.
And look, if you've got any new tech or really even just a modern smartphone, the power packed into these little batteries isn't always obvious, is it? So think of this as your shortcut to getting informed about something surprisingly critical in our modern lives.
Absolutely. And Dustin Harp's story, the speed of it all is just sobering. His home, built in 2013 for his family, completely wiped out in 45 minutes. That's barely enough time to watch a TV show. Years of work, memories, belongings just gone, replaced by rubble and charred beams. His office, where it started, devastated. The floor actually caved in. It just shows the sheer energy we're dealing with here.
45 minutes.
Hmm?
It's chilling. And it almost cost him his life, didn't it? He mentioned being really close to just going back to bed that morning feeling unwell, but something made him change his mind. Just, wow. Thankfully, he, his wife, their 4 kids, they weren't home when the fire actually broke out.
Yeah, incredibly fortunate timing, though obviously devastating circumstances overall.
It really makes you think, though. How many of us have left something charging overnight? Or just walked away from a charger without a second thought? These batteries are everywhere, which makes this risk feel much more, personal.
Absolutely. We get so used to the convenience, right? But the physics don't change. And that near miss, that's exactly why Dustin wanted to share his story. He gave his security video specifically in hopes of preventing the same thing from happening to anybody else. He said something that really sticks with you. I didn't think a battery that size would take my house down in 45 minutes.
Wow. Yeah, that quote says it all, the unexpected scale of it.
It really does. It highlights how we underestimate these small power sources. He put it perfectly, didn't he? It's not something that I think most people think about, that something that small can cause a problem that big.
Exactly. So, okay, we know what happened, this catastrophic fire, but let's dig into the why. What went wrong? What were the actual mistakes?
Right. So looking at Dustin's setup from his video, the drone batteries, LiPo batteries, specifically were charging right there on his desk. The analysis really pointed to 2 big problems. First, a lot of clutter around his charging setup, just stuff everywhere. And second, crucially, it was not a fireproof setup, not at all.
Okay, so clutter and no fireproofing. A bad combination.
A really bad combination. It created this huge potential for a massive fire once the battery itself went. And, just for clarity, he was using lithium polymer batteries. They're a type of lithium ion, very common in drones because they're light and powerful. But those advantages also mean you really have to handle them carefully. The safety basics we're talking about, though, they pretty much apply to most lithium-ion batteries you encounter.
Got it. So the environment was a major factor. What about the battery itself? Were there warning signs, things Dustin might have missed before it escalated?
Yeah, there usually are signs. The very first indication that a LiPo battery is, as the source put it, getting a little bit angry, is heat. Just simple heat. A good tip is to just walk over, put your hand on the battery, check the temperature.
Okay, just feel it.
Yeah. If it feels noticeably hot, not just warm, but hot, the advice is clear. Disconnect it from the charger and take it outside. Immediately. Don't wait. In Dustin's case, the video showed that after it started getting hot, the battery actually began to melt. Then came the smoke.
So heat, then melting, then smoke?
Oh.
That's a definite progression. What happens next in that sequence? It sounds terrifying.
It is. Shortly after the smoke starts, you often see visible swelling. The battery pack pucks up. That's a huge warning sign. It means pressure is building up inside. Fast. Then there's often a sound. A distinct sound, they call it, like a soft fizz coming from your charge station. That's gas escaping.
A fizzing sound. Okay.
Yeah. And eventually all that internal pressure it can't hold. It will burst one of the packs and it ignites. The flames appear really quickly after you see the smoke. It's a rapid event.
That sequence. Heat, melting, smoke, swelling, fizzing, then ignition. It's incredibly clear when you lay it out like that. And yeah, pretty terrifying. But it leads to the crucial question. What were the core mistakes here, the preventable things? What should listeners absolutely not do?
Well, according to the analysis, it really boiled down to two main fatal errors. And they're incredibly common, unfortunately. First, and this is the big one, he was not there. He left the batteries charging completely unattended. Second was the environment we already touched on. A lot of clutter on his desk and not a fireproof setup.
Right, so being absent and having a hazardous charging area.
Exactly. One behavioral mistake, one environmental one. Together, they created the perfect storm for disaster.
Okay, those are critical takeaways. Vigilance and preparation seem key. So flipping those mistakes around, what are the essential safeguards? If someone's listening right now, what's the absolute number one rule for charging these things?
The number one rule, especially in the drone hobby, but really for any LiPo charging, is simple. Never leave them charging unattended, period. It cannot be stressed enough. The source was very clear. Don't leave the house, don't go make a sandwich, don't take a shower, and definitely don't take a nap.
Wow, so basically, stay present, stay nearby.
Yes. Your full attention, or at least being close enough to react instantly, is absolutely critical. Because as we saw with Dustin, things go wrong fast.
That's a powerful message. Stay present. Okay, beyond just watching them, what about specific safety gear? What should people have on hand?
Two key things. First, LiPo safe bags. You might see them called lithium-ion fire safe bags. They're cheap, like $5 or $6 online. Now, these bags aren't magic. They won't stop a battery from failing internally. But what they do is contain the fire if it happens.
Ah, okay. Containment.
Exactly. They stop the flames from spreading to, the clutter on your desk or nearby curtains, buys you precious time to react, or lets the fire burn out relatively safely inside the bag. You just put the battery inside while it's charging, run the cable out the side flap. Simple.
Makes sense. A fire blanket for your battery, basically. What's the second thing?
A proper fire extinguisher, specifically a chemical-rated one. You need one close by to your charging station. And the advice is smart. Put it on the opposite side of the room near a doorway.
Oh, near the door? Why there?
So you can grab it on your way out if things get really bad, or grab it easily without having to reach over a potential fire to get to it. You grab it, then you can engage the fire safely.
That's clever. Okay, so a LiPo safe bag for containment, chemical extinguisher near the exit for response. What about the charging spot itself?
Right, the environment. Always make sure that you're charging in a safe area where if a fire does break out, that it will not spread. Yeah. That means clear clutter, like we said. And ideally on a fireproof surface. Think concrete floor in the garage, a ceramic tile, maybe a metal tray. Definitely not on your wooden desk piled with papers.
Yeah, avoiding flammable surroundings seems obvious, but maybe isn't always practiced.
Exactly. And for people who want to go the extra mile, the source even mentioned building a sort of battery charging bunker, maybe using concrete blocks or ammo cans from a hardware store, just another layer of protection.
Okay, lots of practical steps there. Good. So, to recap, we've seen just how incredibly fast a small battery fire can escalate, turning a home into, well, rubble in less than an hour. It's shocking. We've also traced that failure sequence, the heat, the melting, the swelling smoke, that distinctive fizzing sound, and then ignition. Knowing those signs is crucial, and most importantly, we've covered the vital precautions. Never leave them unattended. That's a big one. Use LiPo safe bags for containment. Keep a chemical extinguisher handy near an exit. And always charge in a clear, fireproof area.
Absolutely. And this whole deep dive into Dustin Harp's terrible experience, it really underscores how vital it is to understand the tech we bring into our lives, doesn't it? We love the convenience, the power, but we don't always think about the energy density packed inside that makes it all possible. And that density carries inherent risk if things aren't handled correctly.
That's a great point. It leads to a bigger question, maybe for you listening. What other everyday items, what other small power sources might have hidden risks we just don't fully appreciate until, it's too late? What new questions does this raise for you about the safety of the devices you plug in and charge every single day? Something to think about.